See, Rockstar finally did announce Grand Theft Auto 6 earlier this year, which is just basically in case you haven't caught up, and the word that Grand Theft Auto 6's map will be as big as Red Dead Redemption 2, including the DLC areas, and also that it'll be set somewhere around the Vice City once again. Now, we're here. Anyway, as for when we will actually learn more on Grand Theft Auto 6 is quite likely 2023 early to mid, but as far as a release date goes, we're actually looking at a 2024 late release at its earliest.
Explosion. A bang which gave rise to life as we know it.
Now, in case it didn't really show up anywhere on your feeds for the past couple of weeks, see, Kojima Productions reportedly has Death Stranding sequel and another game in the making, supposedly a Silent Hill. This is after an interview that Norman Reedus actually gave out the word that Death Stranding 2 as an actual thing and pretty much happening, but when, well, nobody really knows except that it might go up to late 2023, so just keep it in mind.
Porter, I don't care about connecting anything.
You see, I've come to understand the truth of the Death Stranding.
My father came to your beautiful country when I was a child. He had heard about the mythical vibranium. But the Black Panther said they had no vibranium to give.
Moving on, we have Black Panther, actually being developed by EA Games under the codename Project Rainier. I mean, just in case you've heard a few months before, as an open-world single-player superhero game where you simply take on a role of my man Black Panther. Now, the game's kind of early to mid development stage right now and releasing by the end of 2024 we're here at its latest, likely serving as an origin story as well. Check it out, just in case you missed it.
Send teams to the corrupted sites. Take the Dora Milaje with you. Do something other than driving yourself headfirst into danger.
I am not just a king on a throne. I am the Black Panther.
Then show us you can be both.
I will.
Finish the job, boys!
They are attacking the shield around Peninsula.
Care to join us below that?
You should embrace your spiritual side.
Got a couple toys just for you, Panther.
Here they come!
With me!
Shoot it! We need to evacuate the borderland.
It's Gale. I lost him.
So what's the bad news?
Moving on, we have Dino Crisis. Now, in case you haven't heard this one yet, Capcom does have a Dino Crisis inspired project in the making going by Exoprimal, and it's also a next generation console exclusive game. Now, as in the case of a remake for Dino Crisis, however, unfortunately, it could be a while before we get to see such a thing. I actually mentioned this one before, but nonetheless, if that were to happen, we would be looking at something exactly like this, probably. Check it out. Capcom has yet to officially reveal this one yet.
Another lizard?
That's no lizard. It's a dinosaur.
Dinosaur?
Look, something's really wrong with this place. This whole mission has gone south.
These guards were shooting at something very recently.
Flashed by pretty quick. I'm sure I saw something. Rick, open the shutter to the underground area.
The creed of the Assassin Brotherhood teaches us that nothing is forbidden to us. Once, I thought that meant we were free to do as we would.
At number 5, well, before we get to some more stuff here, this actually came our way so recently that Ubisoft itself just confirmed Assassin's Creed Infinity is on its way to PCs in the next generation consoles as multiple games in a package bundle, and that it'll include all characters from past titles are now taking place in Japan, which has been heavily requested by fans over the years and for a long time. That's pretty much all we know at the moment, in addition to a 2023 release, mid to late.
Where's my wife and son?
Being well looked after.
This might not be your favorite thing to hear today if you've actually been waiting for this to happen since its initial announcement. The Red Dead Redemption remaster is apparently cancelled along with the long-rumored Grand Theft Auto 4 remaster, which has been in development for several years, as we know. Main problem is, well, because the trilogy of the first 3 games that just came out were a little too buggy. So this is probably just on hold for now, but an update as to when the remasters will be released will probably come around by the end of 2022, so just keep it in mind.
Come on, you're not gonna shoot your own brother, are you? We was family.
Yeah, we were. Then you and Dutch went crazy and family didn't mean so much.
Don't be sure about what you're doing, brother. You saw me out. Didn't that life we had mean nothing to you? Oh! Ah, you puto!
Irish, what are you doing?
Who the hell are you? Well, ain't that a damn shame? I was starting to enjoy myself.
Hello again, Doc. We gotta stop meeting like this.
Another group of renegades. Shall we say been disbanded?
My name is Jack Marston. I ain't going nowhere.
I've been away, but I couldn't tell you where.
Moving on, we have And this has actually been a long time coming. Thief, the stealth game with a new entry coming around. For those of you new to this one, the game is described to be one of the greatest stealth game series ever created, and now even bigger in terms of scale and options. Thief 5 here has been in development since 5 years ago, and technically since the last game. It is set to be released late 2023, and some actual gameplay of it by the end of this year.
If you got a job for me, let's hear it.
Are you sure you're up to it? Okay, so here's the gig. I've got a whole list of people with shinies worth stealing, and you've got a city to reacquaint yourself with.
Northcrest Manor. Somewhere in here rests the Baron's precious heirloom. The heart of the lion. First I stole to survive. Then I survived to steal. It is all I know and all I will ever know. Ah, this is the painting I'm looking for. Let's see if you're hiding any secrets behind there. All this time I thought the Baron didn't have a heart, and here it is. I need to get out of here.
Not even you can evade the watch.
Time to vanish.
A little over a month ago, well, during the epic state of Unreal stream, Crystal Dynamics, technically speaking the same developers behind all Tomb Raider games so far, did announce that they are developing a new Tomb Raider game and that it's being built with Unreal Engine 5. Said that the goal this time is to deliver a high-quality cinematic experience more than anything else, the kind one would truly expect of a next-generation game. So keep it in mind, make sure to stay tuned for any updates on Tomb Raider in the following month. We've actually heard there's going to be some around the games. At number 9, and this has been around since July 10, I've actually mentioned this one once before, but just in case you've been waiting to hear or you didn't catch up, currently Tekken 8 doesn't have a release date, yes that's true, and no footage of it either at the past events this year. However, Gamescom is on the way and it's going to be held around August 23 to 28, and Bandai Namco actually did say that it will come out on this one specifically around the same time. Just keep it in mind, the game's supposedly a next generation console exclusive as well, obviously.
Ora, ora, ora!
Moving on, we have by Avalanche and Square Enix. Once again, Just Cause. I mean, the new game's Roumered since last year. And although, well, it's been almost 5 years since Just Cause 4, Avalanche did say do not expect to see Just Cause 5 before the end of 2023. That's pretty much all. We don't really know if the game will be any better, but we do know it's gonna be bigger, as always. Also, Square Enix did actually announce Just Cause Mobile, which is a free-to-play game not too long ago, so you might want to give it a shot in case you're interested. However, it's on your mobile devices only. Next up, it's the old Payday 3, the one and only co-op first-person shooter action game by Starbreeze Studios, and the successor to Payday 2 that's been in the making for the past probably, technically it's been 9 years since the previous game. Payday 3, on the other hand, is actually set to be released next year as a next generation console exclusive as well. It'll take place after the events of Payday 2, where the heisters went separate ways, and will now take place mainly in New York, so keep it in mind.
Parents didn't hate me this quickly. Well, welcome to Bullworth.
Alright guys, look, at this point, y'all probably know there have been a lot of rumors surrounding Bully 2 for probably the past 3 years. And then also the rumors of the game being cancelled, developed, and even a remake for that matter. Anyway, see, Bully 2, that was said to be bigger and better than the original game in a lot of ways, and this is actually by Rockstar itself, is apparently cancelled. It's pretty much official, they did come out and said this. We've known about this for a while, to be honest, and yeah, that's all you're gonna be hearing about this one, unfortunately, so sorry, let's move it on.
Waste my time on you?
I don't know.
Because it's my calling. It's what I do. You excel at causing trouble, and I excel at fixing little boys like you.
On the other hand, and I believe there's a good chance that you might have actually missed out on this one. Around the same time last year, Bandai Namco confirmed that a new Ace Combat game is in development and now being co-developed with Elka, as a great company itself. Other than that, well, literally there were no real details on the new game either, except that it's being built using Unreal Engine 5. So just keep it in mind, make sure to stay tuned for a release window on this one in the following months.
Fallen God, creator and destroyer of worlds, hear my vow!
Moving on by CI Games, which is technically the same folks behind old Sniper Ghost Warrior games so far, we have here Lords of the Fallen 2 and a release window of 2023 for it. What was originally said for release actually 5 years ago, but then changed developers during the development stage, Lords of the Fallen 2 will now be coming to the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S and PCs using Unreal Engine 5 and acting as an action RPG, this time to get set in a dark fantasy setting with a heavy focus on story. Check it out.
Defiance!
Moving on, we have a new Painkiller game in the making by Saber Home Interactive. Now, as a co-op multiplayer game, something that I've actually thought about a lot in my childhood, and that it will finally release for consoles and PCs early to mid 2023. Now, this is in case you need a memory jog or whatever, the first new entry since 2004 as to one of the genre-defining Souls kind of first-person shooters, and pretty much like Doom except an adventure game too. Check it out, it's a hell of a lot of fun, and has always been as long as I can remember.
Easy boy, good dog.
I'm not really sure if I've ever mentioned this one before, and the reason I'm wondering is that this has been aired over a year ago. See, we have a new Tintin action-adventure game in the works by Microids as an untitled project that is set to transport the player into a whirlwind of incredible situations in the Tintin universe. Now, this will be an action-adventure, probably a platformer too. The game is set to be released for all platforms and possibly early to mid 2023.
Captain, we made it! We're alive!
Blistering barnacles!
What have I done?
Abandon ship!
Moving on, the unnamed installment Armored Core 6 we have here. That was actually first rumored last year, but then leaked a month before through some random pictures. Nothing really to give a good credit to either, to be frank, but a science fiction open world Soulsy kind of game made by the same dude behind Elden Ring and by From Software, in case you're wondering. Now, this will be the first game since 2012, and all we know is that From Software has something going on for quite a while. So just keep it in mind for now.
Base to Link's pilot. Thanks for joining our side. You're our last hope.
Copy. You hired me for a job. I won't let you down.
And last but not least, we've got Metal Slug 8. Well, technically, if you count all games, this one already did come out to the Nintendo 3DS back almost 5 years ago, but not really. A Metal Slug 8's official game is yet to be announced. We actually do know there's a Metal Slug Code J in the making, possibly releasing this year as a 2.5D game this time, and also Metal Slug Tactics. In case you're new to either way, this is actually what it's all about.
Tarma!